Watch. In here, the added interest is 1.06 times by the number to the left. Equals. We'll physically type in equals the number to the left, the number in C6, times by 1.06, because that's the interest rate. Enter. Here is literally the increased amount, subtract the 2,000 payment we're going to make. In here, at the start of the second year, in here is equals to this amount here. And then we do the same again. That's how we make it work. That's how we make it work. But now watch the magic. In here, 3 equals the cell above plus 1. Click, bottom right-hand corner, you can see that your little cursor changes to some crosshairs. And you can just drag down. And it just add 1 to the cell above. Okay, so I've got to there. And now look what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these two cells here. I'm going to highlight both of them. And then I'm going to go to the bottom right-hand corner of the second one. Can you see it goes from this kind of shape with the cursor into the crosshairs. Drag all the way down. And here, of course, we want to drag all the way down. Finished. Let's just read it and see what makes sense. In here, if you look at the top formula bar, can you see it? The top formula bar, in here equals E6. Where's E6? It's the 17080. All right, good, that's what we want. In here, look at the formula. Does that make sense? Do we want that to be in there? Yes. Yep. And now look at this. Does that make sense? Yes. Do we want the cell to the left, subtract the payment, right? And then each time when you drag that down, it's called relative cell referencing. Each box is a cell, C-E-L-L, like a prison cell. And this formula I've got here, listen to my words. In here it says, take the number from the left, equals C8. If I drag that formula down, below it will say, take the number to the left. C8 becomes D8, becomes E8, becomes F8. This is the power of the spreadsheet, right? Now, according to my table then, down here, keep going down. All right, actually, look, guys. At the start of the 14th year, I've got 628 to pay back. On the last day of the year, the interest rate gets added on, and then I make that 2,000 payment, but I've overpaid, right? Because, so between 13 and 14 years it's going to take by paying 2,000. Does that make sense? Yep. So now we don't need to pay as much. So we're going to adjust the 2,000, right? So let's go back up and think, what formulas are we going to change? It's just this one, isn't it? Yeah. So what shall we do with this one? Let's change this to what? 1980. I'm just guessing, I don't know. And let's then go and adjust this guy here. So I want to subtract 1980. But then, can you see in this cell, it's still subtract the 2,000. So I've got to drag down that one cell from here, all the way down. The others are fine, right? The others are good. Because the cells here make no mention of 2,000, the repayment. So it's just the cells with the 2,000 repayment we drag down. But that's not quite there, is it? Actually, now we repay, still 13 and 14 years. So that's... Oh, of course, I need to pay more back, don't I? I need to pay more each year to take less years. Why did I think 1980 would work? Am I stupid? Don't answer. Don't answer. All right, let's go change this one more time, and then I'll show you naming cells. 2,300. I'm going for it. So therefore, in here, we also change 2,300. And then we have to drag down this all the way because everything's changed. And that is, oh, look at that. 11 years, right? 2,300. Yeah? 11 years. But now watch the magic, please, everyone. Watch. All of that stuff, familiar maybe if you've got some spreadsheet skills. If you have no spreadsheet skills, welcome to spreadsheets.
Physics helps that a lot.
Definitely. But watch this. You see this 2,300? Every time I change this, I have to change it in here.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't need to, because watch. Here, formulas, define name. Define name. I am going to call this guy yearly repayment. That number, the 2,300, I'm going to give it a name. You could even call it X or Y. I'm going to call it yearly repayment. And now watch. This formula here, it's not D6 minus 2,300. What is it? D6 minus yearly repayment. So we can actually now, if you just type in YEA, can you see it pops up? It knows that you've defined something as a variable, yearly repayment. So go and collect that. Press enter. Click and drag it down. And you're going to love this. So nothing's changed there because it's just 2,300. But watch. Change the 2,100. Look at my big screen. Yeah, I'll show you again. Look at my big screen. We only need to change the single number now. We don't have to change it in the main body of the spreadsheet because the spreadsheet is taking that named cell 2050. Yuri, ready? Click on the cell you want to call a name.
Yes.
Click.
Formula.
On the formula tab,
Yes.
define name. Define name. I'm going to change the name now. I'm going to call it X. Okay?
Yes.
But now in my subtract payment here, I need to do D6 minus X. And I need to click and then drag down the new formula. Okay?
That's just a guess.
And now every time I change this, I'm just trying to guess the right number, right? I'm trying to guess the right number. And the right number at the moment, ooh, this is between 12 and 13 years. So let's go to 200. Ooh, that's between 11 and 12 years. Let's go a bit higher, 2,500. Okay, 2,500 is a bit, 2,500 is a bit too much. Because look, if I highlight this in a different colour, go back to home and go back to font and then go to a fill.
200, 450.
Yep.
That's what I do. 200, 450. 2,450. Yes.
Okay, 2,450. Ooh. And I've just copied, see the negative 57? In here, I've just copied the cell from down here up here. All right, 2,450. So, 2,445. 2,447. 2,446. Okay. You get the idea. 2,450 is just about there, isn't it? Now remember, Paco, we had 3,200? But that was putting all the interest on at the end of 10 years and then dividing that. But you can see from the spreadsheet, interest goes up, you pay back a bit more. The next bit goes up a little, pay back. A little, a payback. Okay? This is good use of spreadsheets. For this question, however, I wouldn't even touch spreadsheets. I would use the TI Inspire. But let's go now improve this spreadsheet. Watch. We are going to go click on the 1800. We're going to name this as loan. We're going to go to formulas, define name, it's going to be loan. Okay. Go to the interest, the 6. Go back to define name, and we're going to call it, I'm going to call this R for interest rate. Oh, the syntax of this name isn't correct. It doesn't like R. Enter a name for the data range. It doesn't like R. I will call it interest. And then, guys, can you see the benefit? If you now have these formulas in your spreadsheet written in terms of loan, int, and x, all you have to do is change the top headings here and have this flowing through spreadsheet. So let's just do that. This first one isn't 18,000 anymore. What should it be? Equals? Loan. L-O-A-N. Equals loan. This next one isn't C6 times 1.06. What is it?
Times. But actually, should we just do interest times loan and change the interest instead of 6 to 1.06?
Could do. But I like to see a 6 for 6%, right? I want to see it. So I'm going to put times 1 plus interest divided by 100.
Okay, that works.
Make sense? And then here, this is already D6 minus X. And this already is E6. So this should be all right. And it's just these guys to copy down. Let's flow this down.
1 plus interest divided by...
Beautiful. That's worked a treat. Now, oh, look at this.
Let's go to the equation of the added
Yep.
interest. What is the interest divided by loan?
Interest divided by 100. So 6 divided by 100 is 0.06. And then we need the 1 plus 0.06.
And what do we put in the start? Because mine is like name.
Oh yeah, so this 18,000 is the loan, right? How much are we borrowing? So watch. If I change the loan to 20,000, watch the magic. Oh. If I change the loan to 30,000, everything feeds through. The power of the spreadsheet. If I change my loan to 30,000, you can see that after 14 years, I've still got 16,000 to pay back. So if my goal is to pay back over 10 years, I've got to obviously ramp up the repayments. So the repayments may be 4,000. Nope, 5,000. Too much. 4,500. For 200. For 100. Okay. 4,050. Okay. Between 4,050 and 4,100 I have to repay each year to pay back the loan in 10 years. I'm going to pause there.
I found the correct answer for the...
Did you?
2000.
Excellent.
I'm guessing my favorite thing too. It's 2,445.